Hi guys, I'm back with another holiday 2016 item. This one I'm sure is something that a lot of us were really excited about. It is the Ciate Chloe haul. For starters, it comes in a really cute little bag. It has some rose gold lettering on it and this nice little tassel, and it is the perfect size to fit the haul, as well as, you know, some other travel makeup or to just throw in your purse if you're the kind of person who likes to bring makeup with you. I believe that this set is $50, but I was able to pick it up off the Ciate website when it first came out with a 30% off coupon, so you may be able to find that discount still, and if not, don't worry, the Sephora 20% off sale is coming up, so you can pick this up for a little bit cheaper if you're interested. The set does come with a deluxe size of their mascara and then also a liquid lipstick, but to be honest, I really picked up the set for the palette, and I feel like for the palette, even just by itself, it's a good deal, so it's nice to get a couple of other products in there. The wand that comes with the mascara is pretty big and thick, and it will give you some nice full lashes, but I don't find that it curls very well. And another thing to note, if you do like to comb through your lashes with a spoolie afterward to get rid of any clumps, this one does kind of start to flake when you do that. But after that, I don't notice any like fallout or moving on the cheeks during the rest of the day. It does just flake a little if you do like to comb through your lashes. This liquid velvet lip product in the shade Pinup is actually a really nice fall color. In the tube, I think it looks kind of more of a mauve, like maybe a lighter color, but it does come off as more of a dark berry color when you actually apply it on your lips. I do find that this is pretty comfortable to wear, coming from somebody who has really dry lips. But it does get a few lines, so it does make your lips look a little bit dry even though it doesn't feel drying on your lips. It's not one of those liquid lipsticks that's going to start cracking and falling off, but it does just settle into the lines a little bit, so that is something to be aware of with this lip product. Moving on to the palette, I think that the color selection in this palette is just really perfect. I'm not really somebody who goes for a dark eye most days because, let's be honest, it's a little bit hard to wear a dark eye just, day to day, going out, going to school, going to work, running errands. It's just a little bit difficult to pull off, but I do find that all of the shades in this palette are shades that I will actually wear, which is really, really rare for a palette. Usually there's at least a few shades that I tend to shy away from, but this is just a beautiful selection of neutral colors, purpley colors, shimmers, kind of gold and bronze, and it has just a few interesting pops of color, but it's all very wearable and easy to work with. I will say that when you see the swatches, you're probably going to be really surprised at the mattes, because the mattes don't really seem to go on very well with finger swatches. But I've also included a couple of short tutorials at the end, just so you can see a couple different eye looks that you can create using either the more brown bronze shades or the more purple shades. When I was going in and using this palette for the first time, I hadn't swatched it yet. I was actually using it just with a brush, and I just thought that the shades went on really nice. They were easy to blend. They didn't go on patchy or anything like that. I will say that for some of the darker colors, you do have to build it up a little bit because they don't go on too pigmented straight away. So if you're looking for some mattes with a quality more like the Tarte palettes, like the Tartelette or the Tartelette in Bloom, then these mattes are not quite as pigmented, but they are really easy to blend. They're really workable. I like the colors a lot. For the price and what you get in here, this is a really good deal for the palette. It is just something that's not going to be quite as pigmented as some of the other shadows that you would pay a little bit more for. So, I think we can work with that. Just be aware of that before you pick it up. The shimmery shades swatch really, really beautifully with a finger, but when they go on, they're really hard to put on with a brush. So I would say either use your finger or use a brush with some MAC Fix Plus, which is what I ended up doing for one of my eye looks. And then for the other eye look, I actually used a kind of a glitter shadow primer. It is from the brand Fyrinnae. It's the Pixie Epoxy, and I do like that brand quite a bit. It's more of an indie brand. You can only find them online, but any kind of glitter glue I think will really work to help build up and intensify these pigments. I will say that I'm really happy that I bought this palette. I enjoy it. I'm going to use it a lot because I just love the color selection in here. But the quality of the mattes is less than, like I said, the Tarte, Tartelette, or Tartelette and Bloom palettes. And the shimmer shades I feel like are comparable to Makeup Geek, but slightly harder to apply, ever so slightly. You can still create some really beautiful eye looks with this, but it is going to require a little bit more work. So if you want your palette to be just really effortless pigment, then maybe this isn't for you. But if you're really interested in the colors in here, then I would say go for it, because it's not that often that you can find a palette that has all colors that you're going to use. So this is just a really good deal if that's something you're looking for, that kind of all-in-one that's going to take you all the way from winter and into spring. I can say that I'm really happy that I picked this up, and I would recommend this to you too if these are colors that you're interested again, and if you don't mind working just a little bit harder to build up the pigment in your shadows. I'm gonna let you just sit back and watch the swatches now. You'll see what I'm talking about with it being a little bit harder to build up in the first place. Once it's on, it's really nice and smooth. But it is a little harder to pick up the pigment. And then after the swatches, I have a couple of eye looks that I'll take you through if you want to stick around with me. If not, thanks for stopping by, and I hope that you will subscribe for future holiday 2016 videos. And as always, happy shopping! I just dropped it. It's okay. We're good. We're good.